GG's. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be playing a mono red meta deck in my opinion. It's going to be a standard best of one list with average converted mana cost 2.1. It's going to have 24 creatures, 12 non-creatures, and 24 lands. Now, I'm not much of a aggro player myself, but I do like to cover like some decks that I think are going to be almost, if not a meta deck, in a very near future. So once this list gets enough attention, I think it's going to be played vastly by all the aggro players, I guess, and it's mainly because of how good it is at obtaining wins and how fast it obtains wins. Of course, I'm not saying the deck is undefeated or anywhere close to being undefeated. No, you are going to lose some games, but you're going to win so many games in such a short amount of time before you lose games. And let's say you lose one game, but you're winning like 4 other next games, so it's pretty decent, right? So with that being said, let's get right into the list here. So I think it's meta because of how aggressive and how low curve and how efficient it is. And it's efficient because we have some decent 1-drops, we have some insane 2-drops, we have some insane 3-drops, and a very good 4-drop. So everything is hasty here besides Rada, but Rada is a very important creature because it synergizes very well with Kumano, right? Rada says, whenever Rada attacks, target creature defending player controls with power less than Rada's Firebrand's power cannot block this turn. So if you play Kumano on 1 and Rada on 2, and then you prep for a big attack on turn 3, Rada is a 4/2, and then you assign, you target a creature that your opponent control cannot block, and that creature can be power 3 or less. So it this allows your opponent from blocking with their creatures, which is why I think Rada is a very good card here. You'll see what I'm talking about within the gameplay. It performs very, very well, and the fact of the matter is the fact that you have hasters. Everything is hasty, right? This becomes a haster. Phoenix Chick is a haster. Your Stormseeker is a haster. Squee is a haster, and Squee gets stupid wide, right? Like it gets really, really wide, mainly because like it attacks every turn, and every time it attacks, it creates a goblin, and then the more it attacks, the more goblins you create and the more damage you're dealing every turn. I do think this creature is a very good creature when it comes to like aggro strategies like these, but I also think that it's prime target for removal. If your opponent doesn't remove this creature within the first 2 turns that it's been on the battlefield, or the first of your 2 turns that it's been on the battlefield, then it's just gonna get really out of hand. Only part is that it kind of struggles with Meat Hook Massacre, right? But you're going to have these games where your board gets wiped, which is fine. The thing is that you can re-buy this back. It sort of has flashback, right? So you can cast it for 4 mana and by exiling 4 other cards from your graveyard. So we're going to have some cards in the graveyard, whether it's Play with Fire, Lightning Strike. I think Lightning Strike was an insane card that is just going to keep decks like Mono Red and decks like Boros aggro on the map, because Royal Eruption got rotated out, but Lightning Strike quickly took its place, which make these decks remain within the meta, I guess, standard. So Thundering Raiju here, we don't have more 4-drops. I think Thundering Raiju is more than enough. Everything is a 4 of here if you pay attention to the list, right? And you don't need anything else in my opinion. I think the list performs insanely well how it is. So 4 Kumano, 4 Chicks, 4 Play with Fire, we have 8 removal pieces here, and only 8. You don't need more than that. You actually are an aggro mage. You need creatures, you need board presence, you need to deal damage until they're dead, right? And the nice part is everything over here deals damage. Bloodthirsty Adversary buys back these to deal more damage. Thundering Raiju modifies creatures, deals damage. Reckless Stormseeker provides something like Rada with haste, which can deal damage, and also Phoenix Chick here is very good synergy with Squee, because when Squee gets wide and it attacks, you can pay the 2 mana, the 2 red to return this from your graveyard with +1 counters on it, tapped and attacking. So everything is just super aggressive, right? Everything is trying to claw your opponent's face and kill them as fast as possible. And I think this list is just so like well put together when it comes to your curve, when it comes to the synergy, when it comes to the aggression as well. This is the most ideal aggressive deck that you can face, and I truly think it's a meta deck, along with mono black and along with whatever it is that's going on within the ladder. Of course, you're going to have some games where your board gets wiped, like I said, or you're going to face some decks that have a lot of life gain, and these are the matchups where you lose. But all the other matchups, I think, even if you recover well, or you were able to recover well from a board wipe, I think you might win the game. But the other games is just easy wins, right? And the average game that's gonna last is probably like a minute to 2 minute long. It's either you kill them, it's either you apply pressure or kill them, or they scoop because they can't deal with the board, or they wipe your board and you're out of here. That's basically how it is, right? So you can rank up so quickly with this list. It's actually pretty insane. Very straightforward list. No brainer, to be honest. You just have to pay attention to your sequencing a little bit. If you want to go the more aggressive route, you usually play Adversary on turn 2 if you have Kumano. But for me, I always play Rada first, even if I have a Bloodthirsty Adversary in my hand, because Rada just becomes bigger, and in the long run it's better for you, right? Because you can restrict some of your opponent's creatures from blocking, which is why I like playing Rada on turn 2 with Kumano to get her bigger. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for your continued support. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. If you do, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. And don't worry, I'm not going to be covering like all the meta decks or anything like that. I am going to cover mono black because it's my favorite color, but we are just going to keep doing our thing here, just covering stuff that are fun, just making lists that are serious like this one, and yeah, go from there. So thank you guys so much for your support. Check out the links in the description, join the Discord, become a patron, join the channel. Any form of support is going to help me out greatly for my time and effort, and everything is greatly appreciated. A simple like, a simple subscribe, it goes a long way. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys later with another one. Okay? Bye. Alright. 3 lands, 2 chicks, 1 Stormseeker, and 1 Raiju. Sure? Yeah? Let's see. We're going second. But with the haster though, we drew the 4th land for the Raiju, so we for sure have the Raiju on curve. Oh, 2 Raijus on curve? Wow. Okay. They're playing Grixis, but they played this tapped on turn 2. Yeah, they have a slow start so far. Alright, so it says whenever we have 3 creatures, 3 or more creatures that are attacking, we may pay 2 red, return Phoenix Chick from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Okay. Zombies? Grixis zombies? Okay, no exploitation. Alright, let's hit this on 3. It's a bit too much. Okay. We have back-to-back Raijus, which is devastating. I think we're going to put the counters on the Phoenix Chicks here, depending on what they play, of course. But our opponent missed a land drop, which is very good for us. And if they miss a land drop this turn, that means they won't be able to play or make a 3-mana play here. Okay. Alright, 3 here. Yep, they're gonna have to double block the Raiju here. Okay. Or not. GG's. That was easy. Alright. Yikes. Hopefully we can draw a land. That's all we want. We drew a land. Nice. No turn 1 play, even though we have 8 in the deck. Let's just turn up the aggression. It's good that we drew a 4th land for the Raiju here. Mill 2 cards, then draw a card. Okay. Drag to the bottom. Yikes. Okay. So what do we play? We play Reckless Stormseeker, right? It's better than Squee. So that when we get Squee down, I mean, who knows? Fellstinger? Might as well just kill the Fellstinger, right? I mean, they are gonna trade with the Stormseeker. It makes no sense. We still have a ton of gas in hand, so might as well just remove the Death Toucher. Yeah, Reckless Stormseeker has to be played first, in my opinion. Okay. Really? They have to double spell. Maybe we should have played Thundering Raiju. Yeah. Now that I think of it. I guess next turn we're gonna have to. Alright, so they have a pretty good drag to the bottom here, I think. Yeah, it has to be back-to-back Raijus here. Okay. Yeah. Not blocking for our opponent is really bad. Yeah, they're playing just, oh, so that's a drag to the bottom, I think. That's fine. I'm gonna lead with with Squee here, and hopefully finish off the game with the Thundering Raiju here as well. We're playing drag to the bottom with a ton of creatures too, which is very weird. GG's. Nice. Alright, keep this. Turn 1 play is always good, especially something like Kumano here. It's just insane. We're gonna play Rada, I think, on turn 2. Yeah, so we can start attacking with it on turn 3 without having anything to block. Call for it. Sure. It might get removed, but at least it dodges a cut down. Evolved Sleeper, sure. That's pretty good. Reckoner Raid, okay. Okay, we're going to keep this in hand because this can't block, and I want them to invest on this so that we can kill it, right? Alright, they're down to 12. Nice. Sure. Alright, we're going to kill the underdog here because it gets exiled. Okay. Another underdog. Annoying. That's pretty good. Yeah, they might have removal, but it's not important. We're gonna remove the other underdog nonetheless. So it's a stalemate now. But we'll trade. Okay. Exile it all. Oh, come on. That's lame. That is lame. Okay. No Shieldred, hopefully. That's a draw. Okay. Oh, what am I paying for? Okay. For the +1 counters, I guess? But you have to block Squee, though. Squee's just a lot of... Squee goes super wide. Okay. GG's. Nice. That was good. Alright. That's an insane hand. Is it not? It's very unfortunate. A lot of mono black. Just a lot of mono black. Oh, this is bad. Alright, they probably take, what? The Bloodthirsty Adversary or the Rada here? He took Rada, sure. Has to be Kumano, I think, on turn 1. I think they're playing like a mono black discard. Which is certainly very interesting here. Okay. I don't know what happened there, but sure. Dimir. Oh, Desperation. Maybe some form of Dimir control here. Or maybe Reanimator. Alright, we need to close out this game as quickly as possible here, I think. So, let's just get Squee down and start attacking. But if they can reanimate the Tox roll next turn, that's pretty much game, right? If they have Shieldred's restoration. But if they have a Meat Hook, that's pretty bad. Path of Peril. Yikes. Okay. They're down to 1. Or 2, my bad. Yeah, that's game anyway. It's just, we're too quick for them. Too quick. Yep, they're digging. Man, this list is just too fast. It really is too fast. They discarded the Restoration? Okay. Lifelink. Yikes. That's fine though. GG's. That's insane. Alright, Phoenix Chick, Rada, and Storm Removal. It's not a very ideal hand, to be honest, but because we're missing a lot of creatures, so hopefully we can draw them. That's what I'm hoping for. Nice. Okay. We drew a very important card, a turn 3 Haster. Okay. Removal? Yeah. Sure. Hopefully we can keep them coming, the creatures. Alright. They're down to 14. classic mono red. Just attacking until your opponent is dead. I was never really like a mono red player, to be honest, but I always covered mono red because, or tried to cover mono red, not in the past though, not when it was in its prime, like the one you see in Explorer now. That was prime mono red with Embercleave, but since these are like less powerful mono red decks, why not cover them, right? Plus, like, you can gain a lot of rank with these lists reliably. Yeah, our opponent here might be either thinking or just roping us. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, they're just roping. GG's. If that's the case, then I'll see you guys in the next game. Alright, Kumano. Man, if we draw a third land, this is good. If we don't, then this is bad. Okay, hopefully we can draw a third land. I mean, we have 2 tries. That's what I'm hoping for. Please draw a third land. Yikes, this is so scary. I'm just gonna scoop if we don't. Nice. That's just such a clutch draw. It's obviously gonna be Squee, because this is just... we just want Squee to be bigger, right? And we want Squee to go as wide as possible, as fast as possible too. Fight rigging, okay. This just got really, really interesting. But they only have a Willow Geist, which is so problematic for our opponent. Plus it's gonna get exiled. That's insane. That's just a lot of value. That's absolutely crazy. Really? You're down to 1 opponent. Okay. I'm just gonna Kumano here. Not even give them the opportunity to gain life or even be hopeful in any way. GG's. Too quick. Alright, so 3 lands, play with fire. That's a mulligan. Okay. This is not great, but I mulliganed that hand because we have no turn 1 play and no turn 2 play. That's a nightmare for an aggressive list. And now this hand is just absolutely terrible. Okay. Raffine's Informant. Okay. Alright. So we need a land and we need a Stormseeker or a Squee here. That's what we need. GG's. Nice. Okay. Keep this. That's an insane hand. Sure. Kumano first. That's really a really good hand here. Alright, hopefully no Fading Hope. That would suck. Fading Hope it is. Yeah. Alright. We just lost. I think. Yeah, because it's not enough time for us to apply pressure. Oh, it's just a vortex. And everyone's playing Dimir, huh? Okay. It's the same thing, opponent, so yeah. Just block whatever. Oh, you want to kill a goblin. Okay. You'd rather take 2 damage? That's fine by me. That is just very unfortunate. That's annoying. Okay. They're conniving more, which is extremely annoying. Yikes. What? Okay. That's a card. Of course they have another one. Everyone just has 2 of everything all the time. Let's see what happens here. Okay. So we're gonna deal 6 damage. Huh. Okay. Is that game? I mean, they probably only have, or I hope they only have 1 answer. But they are playing such a low curve of combination of cards here. So they're playing a lot of 1 mana cards here. Let's see what happens though. It all comes down to this. Okay, they connive. They take it. Oh, they discarded another one of these. Okay, they'd want to bait us to attack, and then they bounce something, right? Let's see, they're thinking. Really? 3, 4, 5, 6, but that's game though. Same thing, GG's. Nice. That was pretty decent. Alright, Let's keep this. Esper. No lands. Counter spells, you say? Okay. This is good. This is... I think this is going to be a difficult matchup here. Yeah, we're gonna have to get rid of that. Alright. They're down to 14. Which is interesting. Thundering Raiju. GG's. Easy as that. Alright. Keep this. Pretty decent, I guess. See what we can do with this. So no damage in the first in the first 2 turns. Well, I mean 1 damage. Okay, Radha comes down next turn, which can easily be removed here. Well, Darren Epicure, sure. Okay. I mean, Radha can easily be removed, right, with the play with fire. Reactor. Interesting. Okay. Let's just get these down. And hopefully we draw a creature next turn. If we do, our creature is going to get really, really big. Rakdos. Okay, so they're playing an Anvil deck. Smelter is fine. I guess it's fine. I mean, the creature they make with the Smelter cannot be blocked. Or cannot block, I'm sorry. So they sacrifice the blood token to make a creature. Sure. Play with fire, nice. No creature, I guess, but that's pretty good. Okay, they can only block with the Epicure here, which is pretty good. Radha doing its thing, honestly. Like, that's pretty crazy how Kumano can get Radha big and Radha can assign that a creature with power 4 or lower cannot block. Or lower than 4, I guess. Okay. They can sacrifice the reactor to kill the Radha here, which would be pretty good for them. But we're in top deck mode now, and all we need to top deck is just one, like, hasty creature, I guess. Alright, they need 4 mana for the reactor here, so I guess they're not sacrificing it yet. Are they going to sacrifice the blood token to dig? So what's our great game plan? I guess just attack until they lose. Because these are going to flip next turn, which, yeah, they're in a very terrible spot. I think that's game. That is game for sure. GG's.